What's up, everybody? We're back once again doing the main event breakdown for Fight Night Lerone Murphy and Josh Emmett, which takes place later on tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my time zone. But yeah, we're just going to get right into it. The main event, Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy finally got to the tape. I couldn't get the video in yesterday because I couldn't even get one video in yesterday. I was fucking really busy, and when I got home, I was so tired I couldn't do shit. But moving on to this main event, fuck my life, whatever. We've got Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy. I just feel like this fight's way closer than people are talking about. I think people are acting like if Emmet doesn't land that one punch, Lerone's going to masterclass him. Who is this guy? This 34-year-old prospect, 33-year-old prospect, bro. Lerone isn't some fucking Leon Edwards on the feet. Not even in the grappling. Like, yes, he's technically a better grappler than Emmet on paper. He's technically done more with his grappling. But when you watch them fight, do you think Lerone Murphy's going to be able to take down Josh Emmett in this fight? And do I think that's Lerone's goal? No, but I think if Lerone gets cracked, he's going to force to shoot. And I do think he's going to shoot in this fight. I think he's going to get cracked and be able to force, or I think Emmett's going to hurt him multiple times in this fight. But he's just going to choke every time. Emmett's finishing ability, if he doesn't get that one punch, is really bad. He can't string together combinations because he's just a ball of EPO. And he's just a goblin. But I was watching the tape and I was realizing with Lerone, whenever he throws his right hand, his backside right hand, he dips into it and his chin is right open for any type of shot down the middle, like an uppercut, which Emmet doesn't really throw. But what it also does open is when Lerone throws the backside right hand, it opens up that overhand for Emmet. And that's Emmett's most dangerous punch. And if he lands one punch on Murphy clean, GG's, Murphy. You're cooked. Like, your time has come. Murphy, you're getting slept. There's no way out of this one. I'm telling you, if he gets touched with an overhand in this fight, he's getting slept. But I actually think Emmett's going to sting him with shots Emmett's not going to expect him to sting him with. I think Emmett's going to sting him with like a small hook on the inside. Oh, Murphy backs up for a second, then Murphy lands like a nice body kick. But that's how I do see the fight going. I do see Lerone and Emmet having a close round one, and then Emmet hurting Murphy at the end of the first. Then I see Lerone surviving. Lerone's winning the majority of... Actually, I'm going to say Lerone wins round two pretty clearly. Starts to pick apart Emmet on the feet with the boxing. Lands the kicks, which Lerone doesn't actually throw that much. I think he's going to throw more leg kicks than he usually throws. Lerone isn't the heaviest kicker in his fights. And Emmet's very hittable. Emmet has no head movement. He sits there, takes everything you have. Yair beat the shit out of Emmet. Obviously, Yair's a million times better than Murphy on the feet and would probably sleep him out cold. Unless Murphy wrestles him, because Yair has zero wrestling at all. Why did I pick him to beat Ortega? I'm retarded. Do I think Murphy should be a minus 310 in this fight? No. This fight should be minus 195 Murphy, or maybe, yeah, no, you know what, minus 200, it's fair. And I think that's what it opened up as minus 200 for Murphy, but it's blown up to minus 310, which I think is pretty wild. A lot of people are counting out Emmet in this fight, and I think Murphy's going to win round two pretty clearly with the striking, and then go into round three with the mindset of, okay, I got this guy's timing. And he's going to really start to pick on Emmet, but Emmet's such a hard guy to finish on the feet. Not Yair couldn't do it. If Ilya couldn't do it, I don't think this fucking 34-year-old Manchester fucking Arsenal player is. This guy literally looks like, what's that one soccer player? Fucking Raheem Sterling. Like, this guy is if Raheem Sterling decided to actually have balls and fight. But, dude, I really do think Josh Emmett's going to do better than people are expecting. And I think in round three, Lerone's going to be picking at Emmet with the boxing. And I think Lerone's going to make an IQ mistake. Classic Leon Edwards clone IQ mistake. I think he's going to shoot on Josh Emmett really openly. And I think he's going to get that takedown stopped, and Emmett's actually going to reverse him on the ground. Be able to hold him on the ground for an okay amount of time because Emmett's going to be a strong guy in there. I think Emmett's going to be the stronger of the two, even though he's 40 years old. I think Emmett's going to be able to hold him down for maybe 2 minutes. So we'll leave about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the round. Murphy will get up. Murphy will land some kicks, kicks, uppercuts, 1-2s. Lerone's really good at lulling a guy into a 1-2, so he'll make you walk straight onto it. Like he made Barboza walk onto him a lot. And Ige, he did one thing that did impress me about the fight was, yeah, Lerone got stung. Yeah, he got dropped. But he fucking came back and he won. Like, I always like to see fighters go through adversity and win. Shows me that they've got something inside that not some other fighters don't have. And I do think Lerone really wants to win this fight. And I do think he's going to win this fight. But I think he's barely going to win round 3. Like, barely going to outstrike Emmet in round 3 enough. And Emmett's not going to do enough damage on the ground. So they're going to give Murphy the round. Round 4, I think, is going to be a very, very clear Lerone-Murphy round. This is going to be the clearest round of the fight, and I think it's going to be Lerone's best round. I think Lerone is going to go in there with the mindset now, like, okay, this guy can hold me down. I'm not going to shoot for shit. And I think Lerone's just going to piece up Emmet with the boxing. Hard, low kicks at range, maybe. Just use that crisp jab he has. That 1-2, like I said, is going to be all day. It's going to be there for him. Emmet hates straight shots. And I can actually see in round 4, Lerone sits Emmet down with a 1-2. I can see Lerone sitting Emmet down. Late in the fight when Emmet's getting tired. Late round 4, I see. Emmet gets sat down, but obviously Lerone can't finish shit. Maybe Lerone jumps on the back, tries to get a submission, but Emmet has no neck and he's a goblin. So I don't think he's going to get submitted. Emmet survives. And then we're going to have classic round 5, fuck it, Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett's going to go out there in round 5, absolutely guns blazing, with 3 severed ACL, or with all of his fucking meniscus, ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, fucking all torn. This guy's going to have a torn forearm, torn bicep, torn obliques. He's going to go in there in round 5, and he's going to drop Murphy bad in round 5 with a left hook. I think it's going to be the same punch that sat Ige down, and I think it's going to be, as I said, as Lerone is throwing a backside right hand, and it's going to be a naked right hand from Murphy. But I think Murphy's going to survive, and Emmet won't do enough damage on the ground, and I think the fight will be 48-47 Lerone-Murphy. In a fucking war, man. I think people are really not expecting this fight's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be a good night of fights as well. And another thing I do see is whenever they're grappling, I do see Emmet being the more stronger physical one, but in the clinch, I think Lerone's going to be a lot better. Lerone doesn't really use elbows like Edwards, but he throws them occasionally. So I can see Lerone using some elbows. And if Lerone does at some point, like I said, in round 4, if he drops him and takes the back, say Emmet rolls out of the backside position, straight into mount maybe, I can see really, really damaging elbow ground and pound from Murphy. He's not got the best ground and pound, but he's accurate. If you watch this fight with Ricardo Ramos, who's obviously a bum, Lerone was landing really accurate shovel hooks on the ground. And yeah, Lerone has gotten 5 decision wins in a row, I believe now. If I just check Lerone Murphy's stat page. Why didn't the UFC post this guy's getting shot in the face shit as a promo? Like, come on. Undefeated guy that got shot in the face and he survived and he's fighting on in the UFC. It's a pretty cool story, but it's because he's fucking 34-year-old prospect. Yeah, he had that draw with Zubaira. But then he had the Ramos KO on the ground, and then decision against Douglas Da Silva with Giandraj, which I don't like. Most of the top guys at featherweight have... Actually, well, I was going to say bantamweight because I was thinking of Piotr Jan. Not fair. Douglas is actually kind of okay at featherweight. But he's so small and he's usually a bantamweight, so I don't think it's the most impressive to go to a decision with him. Makwan, he was losing the entire fight, and then he landed one knee and chinned him. Brutal finish from Lerone, and then now he's been on a 5-fight decision streak. The Santos win looks good, but I know a lot of people that thought Santos won. Culibao, he beat clearly. He beat Barboza pretty clearly, looked great in that fight, picked Barboza like a retard, believed in the old unk. And he beat Ige, in my opinion, pretty clearly. Dude, Lerone Murphy's, he's got a weird plot armor-ish English, like meant to headline an English fight night card run, you know what I mean? But if we want to look at the strikes between them both as well, hold on, let me just look at Lerone's striking accuracy, 54%, 54% takedown accuracy. Yeah, whatever. I do think Lerone's a chinny guy. I don't think he has the best chin. But I just don't think Emmet's going to be able to close the gap in skill enough between him and Lerone. Lerone walks around about 3 pounds bigger. He's got 3.5 inches in reach. Emmet's actually got the longer legs. He's 3 inches taller as Murphy. I believe Lerone's... What does Lerone train with? I don't believe he trains with Edwards and them. No, because Edwards is in Birmingham. So yeah, whoever Lerone trains with, he trains with. I believe he's got a good team behind him. Odds to win by submission. Odds to win by decision, -110. I think if you're going to bet on this fight, guys, bet on it to go over 2.5 or over 3.5 rounds. It damn near lock, maybe even over 4.5. I can see maybe a very, very late finish from one of the two. But I'm very confident in this fight hitting the scorecards. And then we've got the worrying trauma of next week. My fucking 1 week straight of anticipating if Folk gets KO'd or not. I don't know who I'm going to pick in that fight, guys, but I'll actually give you guys the early breakdown and early picks for UFC 314 later on today after the card. Guys, just before I end the video, we're going to have to talk about how Kennedy and Nzechukwu was pulled out of the card, and I'm going to be updating you guys quickly with all my picks. So we're going to be going Lerone Murphy 48-47 unanimous decision, maybe split, but I'm going to say unanimous because maybe in that round 3 they start to get worried. I'm going to say Joe Anderson Brito knocks out Pat Sabatini in round 2 after Sabatini dominates him in the grappling in round 1, similar to the Pierce fight, but I do think he's going to find the chin, is Brito. I'm going to be taking Cortavius Romeus as the underdog to win by unanimous decision. Maybe actually I'm going to say 29-28 split against Chang Ho Lee. I think it's going to be a very grappling heavy fight. Cortavius, I think, is going to sting him on the feet at some point. Cortavius is going to catch him in a submission at some point. But I do think Cortavius is going to be able to find that win, you know what I mean? I do want to pick Brad Tavares in this fight. But am I going to? Fuck no, I ain't fading the GOAT, GM3. I'm actually going to be picking GM3 to win this fight as an underdog. I know people are thinking it's an underdog trap, and it could be because Tavares has the definition of fucking proven takedown defense. But I'm going to say Brad Tavares loses. I'm going to say GM3 wins this fight by decision. Actually, I'm going to say he wins this fight by a third-round submission and is the first man to put a submission loss on the career of Brad Tavares. He's got 3.5 inches in reach, so I think he's going to be landing some things on the feet. I don't think he's going to be completely outmatched on the feet. These are two big guys, man. I can see GM3 wearing on him and submitting him late. Luis Gurule and Ode Osborne. I kind of want to pick Ode in this fight. After more tape study, I think Ode's got the better striking. But Gurule's way more well-rounded than Ode is. Ode always finds a way to lose. He's like the very opposite of like a fucking Ian Gary. Like he always finds a way to lose instead of always finds a way to win, even though Ian Gary lost his last fight. I'm going to slightly lean Luis Gurule to win this fight. By decision. I've changed my pick. I did say he was going to TKO Ode early, but I don't think he's going to do it anymore. I think he's actually going to hurt Ode really, really bad and have him pretty much done, but I don't think he's going to get him out of there, and I think he's going to make a lot of people that have him by finish rage on their parlays. Moving down to the card, Torres Finney takes on Robert Valentin. Dude, I want to switch, bro. I really do. I really think Valentin's got that chance of sleeping Finney on the feet whenever they're there. But I'm not going to trust it. I'm going to say Torres Finney ground and pound TKOs. Robert Valentin, I'm going to stick with my original pick in the first round. I think is going to hold him down, get the back. I'm so worried he goes for a submission. I do think he's going to just find a finish regardless. Because I'm betting on Torres by KO or points. I have a bet on him by KO or points. So I can see, but the thing is, I do think he's going to win by back mount TKO. He's got the shorter leg reach. Valentin's 3 inches taller, got 2 inches in reach. Physically, Valentin, he's got those physical advantages you want, but I don't think Valentin's going to use them well. Valentin doesn't really keep his range. Finney's not going to let him keep his range. And yeah, I'm going to go Torres Finney wins this fight by first round ground and pound TKO win. Moving on, Diona Barboza submission round 2 armbar. Fuck it. Maybe round 1. She's minus 1,000. Fuck it, let's say round 2. Minus 1,000 translates to round 2. God damn it, I want to pick Reese McKee in this fight. I'm going to pick Daniel Frunze. I'm going to pick Daniel Frunze to win the fight by KO in round 3. But I think Reese is going to beat the shit out of him at some point in this fight. Reese is going to hurt him. I'm very confident Reese is going to at least hurt him or have him in a grappling submission situation where McKee's almost going to finish him at some point in this fight. Frunze's going to survive and actually finish him later on or just win the fight by decision. Luma Lookboom's going to win the fight by, I don't know, I'm going to say women's Thailand TKO round 2. Barely, I don't know, probably a decision, but I'm going to say TKO. Why not? Let's say Victor Henry wins this fight by 29-28 split decision. Fuck, I do want to pick Uran Satibaldiev. I haven't done the tape on him, though, so I can't not trust him. This pick might backfire on me. Trains out of the Ululu fight team with Oralbai and a couple other guys from Kyrgyzstan. So he trains from a really dangerous, high-elevation team. I can really see him winning. He's probably got light heavyweight skill over Budai. But he's coming in really late on really short notice. And I think Budai is actually going to be able to smudge him against the fence to a decision. Man, I hope Uran sleeps this guy and kills him. But hold on. Let me quickly check. Uran. Why did it go full caps? Why does it keep fucking putting a B too? Sati Baldia. Bang. His nickname is the Gorilla. Yeah, trains out of the Ululu Kyrgyz team. Damn, he's a striker. Okay. Oh my god, he has a submission win by Kimura. Am I going to pick the underdog? Okay, he's 9-0, so he's kind of green. Who are people picking on this topology fight with Budai? Let's quickly check. Ah, bro, it blows balls. This fight fell out. What was the reason? Santos medical issues. Hey, if Santos fought him, give me that Davy Grant points, man. He would have hated that shit. I know it. But yeah, let's quickly check who Tapology's favoring. Oh my God, they're favoring Sati Baldiev. I kind of want to pick him too. I think he's got submissions too. Trains out of the Ulu Kirks team. You know what, guys? I'm going to trust an Uran Sati Baldiev to upset Martin Budai in the decision. In his debut. I don't know where the fuck I said in the decision. And I think Uran's going to knock him out on the feet. I think Uran's going to find something. Maybe a right hand. Yeah, and I just see him knocking out Martin Budai on short notice. Welcome to the UFC, Uran Sati Baldiev, and hopefully you can be a 10-0 prospect. And moving on down to the final fight, I'm going to go Vanessa Demopoulos by decision. 29-28 classic women's decision. Yeah, guys, those are the final picks for the card. I will see you guys later on after the card tonight. See you after Emmet and Murphy hits perfectly. Bye-bye.